Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another Arknights reaction. Today we have Auto Battle Theme 1. After listening to the boss theme, Steel Tortoise wanted me to get to this one, and quite a few people agreed, so here we are listening to this. It's a relatively shorter song, so this video is probably going to be a little bit shorter as a result, but maybe I'll have a lot to say. I won't know if I don't get started though, so without further ado, let's go! Oh. Immediately love it. Very familiar riff right there. Oh, I love that. Yeah, throw in a little bit of the wah pedal. Hell yeah. That's a sound that's not utilized enough. It used to be so popular. Everyone's afraid of the wah pedal these days, for real. Oh, God, it's such a good riff. Ooh. Oh. Ah. Changing it up. This one's got me giddy. Let's fucking go. You start bringing in a shamisen to play over this, and I'm like... I love, like, contemporary shamisen. It's so cool. Traditional is great too, but there's something so fun about the modern approach to it. Oh, that is so fun as a boss theme. No, not boss theme. Battle theme. Oh, that means you get to hear it more often. Oh, man. Ah! I love that section. Tasty ending too. Lots going on there with that final chord. Oh man, what a fucking blast. So there's a bunch I want to say about the song, but to start off, I want to go back to a statement I made at the very beginning where I was like, oh, that's a familiar riff. I realized that I said that after I said it, and I'm like, wait, that's not going to make any sense to people who don't have the context I do. It has nothing to do with a prior theme I've heard or anything from this event. It's a very common pattern for a guitar riff. That's all I really meant. It was just oddly phrased. That sort of pattern is something that I heard all the time, and anyone who was like born in the mid 90s and lived through the early 2000s, that is a very common riff and just a very common rhythm. It has nothing to do with any of the other themes. It's just something I noticed and I realized a bunch of people probably wouldn't have even picked up on, so sorry about that if that confused anyone, but that was just because I recognized it and was like, ooh, that's familiar. I like that. It's already starting from a point where I'm able to grab references in my mind and be able to compare and contrast, and I love that immediately. But then we got into everything else the song had to offer. I mean, immediately it was starting off with that blend of the guitar and the like contemporary shamisen, which I, again, love modern shamisen. I love when they take folk instruments and they bring them into a contemporary setting, a more modern sound, and they play with that. I love traditional folk music as written, as it was originally intended. That's awesome. It is fantastic to listen to, and in my opinion, you can't do one without learning the other, you know? Like, you need to be a little bit more versatile in your playing in order to fully expand what you can do with any instrument, whether you're taking a folk instrument and bringing it into a modern setting, or you're trying to take modern sounds and evolve them beyond what they are. You need to learn what people in the past and in those old folk songs did in order to figure out how to do that, how to modernize, how to improve. There's definitely a lot of learning to be had, so whenever I hear hear any song blend those worlds together and those time periods into one track, I always get excited because there's so much to glean from that, so many lessons to learn, so much language to share, so I always get immediately hyped. I also love that the composer evolved it even further too, because like while we were also blending those old traditional sounds and the new sounds and just all that was going on, then they also included a bunch of like even more modern electronic stuff, especially when he was like chugging on the guitar too. That's a very 2000s like rock metal sort of thing to do, that specific type of rhythm and pattern. Again, another reason I was all hyped when that happened. I love halftime in general, but I love it more when it's like invoking that nostalgia for me, just for a personal note. But then when they included an even further evolution of music on top of that, there's all of this. It's like suddenly you're realizing there's a bunch of traditional all the way to the most modern approaches we've had to music all in one, and they're sharing the stage equally. They're not stepping on each other and trying to call each other out. They're existing, they're coexisting, cohabitating, and it's fantastic to hear. This is a really, really well balanced song for that. A lot of songs that blend these sorts of things, unless they're handled by a true master of the craft, much like this one was, can definitely step a little too far in one direction, or you can tell that they're favoring one sound over the other. This song obviously didn't do that. Those little electronic things that were going on there, those were more like accentual. They helped kind of keep the rhythm going, and they filled some space during that halftime, so it was just in general a good compositional awareness. So that's why I call this composer a brilliant composer, somebody who really truly understands and respects both the traditional folk sound that they're trying to bring into this, as well as appreciating the new stuff and being able to utilize it well, instead of just going, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm gonna press buttons and hope it works. And that's very nice when you have somebody who's truly aware of all of these things. That's kind of my point again from the beginning of this segment, that you need to learn from every era of music in order to evolve and feel like you understand it and actually truly be able to make something new, inviting, and really fucking cool, just like this song was. Obviously, this was not the same composer as Godspeed of the Boss theme. Godspeed is a different breed of guitar understanding. This had some great guitar, but obviously they're two separate people. They're going to have their different influences. But what I love about this composer, what Yamato managed to do here, was kind of invoke that same energy that Godspeed had for the Boss theme. I don't think they were working closely together at all. If they were, cool, but I don't know if they were. Maybe they were just going for a similar sound, or they had very good directors behind this, just saying, hey, do this, go for this sound, blend all these things together, and they had somebody who truly knew what they wanted out of the sound, so they all kind of got a similar goal in mind, and eventually and obviously reached that. But what I love about that is that the battle theme and the boss theme, the two I've heard, share so much identity. And even though they're completely different songs made by two different people, there are some similar approaches in the production pipeline. Some of that might just be in post-production. Maybe they had the same person work on that end. You know, like the composers are the composers, but maybe they had somebody in-house handle all of the technical work at the end. It's hard to tell, but really they did have a lot of similarities in the production in general. So I think for maybe the first time ever, I'm going to compliment specifically the director of this project, of this music project. They nailed it. I don't know whose job it was to get all these people lined up to make sure that they got that sound. Maybe they were all working together and talking between each other, sharing ideas, and that would be great too. But even if not, you clearly had somebody on the team who knew exactly what they wanted to do. In a bunch of other events and stuff I've listened to on Arknights, a lot of stuff is handled by like the same core 3 or 4 people, a lot of them within the same wheelhouse and sometimes the same working building, so they can just do all of that stuff. For example, like Hexany Audio, they have like 4 or 5 people working on various songs, oftentimes in the same event, so you're able to just kind of share ideas in-house, and that's all great. For this one, after seeing the credits in the last one and looking on the wiki page to see who did all these songs, almost all of them were like independent people, or obviously not working from the same location. So it's like, oh shit, that's even cooler to me. So I love that. Like the fact that they just had somebody who truly knew what they wanted and they made it fucking work. These guys did an amazing job getting this sound together, making it sound so coherent, and again, in the production pipeline, making it truly come together, like glued it together, made the post-production choices that made it sound so unified, and it's just an amazing work of art here, from everything in the traditional sense being brought into the modern sense, blending all that together, and just having a vision. And they usually do. Like I said, they definitely go for like, hey, let's hire these couple of people who work closely together in a general sense already, but for this one, none of them, as far as I could tell at least, work from the same building, so they just had to work separately but together to get this goal and to make this happen, and that is so fucking cool. But I think I've yapped about this one enough, so thank you all so very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and you want to request something else from Arknights, please leave something down in the comments below and I will do my best as always to get to those. Or if you just enjoyed this video and you want to follow me and support me for more stuff coming in the future, you know how to do all that, and I will see all of you in the next video. Goodbye!